trailer again for Guilty Gear Xrd.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to play that game so bad.
Did you see a collector's edition just got announced?
No.
I
Did
think
it?
it's only for PS3 and PS4 though. Let me look.
See, now here's where I'm torn. Do I pick up the PS4 version thinking eventually I'm going to get it, or do I want to play that fucker now?
I think you want to play that fucker now. Could you imagine yourself just sitting there with a new Guilty Gear that actually looks good, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'll play it later.
That might be the mountain that pushes me over the $500 dirt.
There you go. So PS3 and PS4 only, $70 on PS3, $80 on PS4. Comes with an outer box that's a replica of the backyard, complete with gears and high quality bounding. I don't know what that is. I think it's a new level in the game. The soundtrack, an art book with all the character stuff, including art from Accent Core Plus, and a keychain that looks like Soul's belt.
Sword?
No, his
Oh, the
belt, the
belt?
free thing.
Free?
Yeah. That sounds. I'll probably
with
get
that.
that because that's. I mean, for 20 more bucks, you get a lot of dumb shit. So, why not?
I agree.
What can
not
you
like
lose
we're not a
except for
fan
20
of
bucks?
dumb shit. And which is probably gone anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's gonna go to some other dumb game anyway.
Yeah. Why not be something we enjoy?
Yeah.
I have this. I'm hoping we're not getting our hopes up that there's something weird about the game that we don't know.
Yeah.
Like Yasuka was.
I wouldn't be very happy. I
Well,
can pre-order it already. All right.
We were blindsided by Yasuka though.
Yo, literally, we're in a store like, oh hey. The only people buying a copy of that game.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me pre-order.
I was really happy to
and I'll
have
be ready.
I was real happy to have a 7-day work week this week. Just saying.
Hey, nice.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
And it couldn't be a job around the corner. It had to be in Warren, Ohio.
Oh man, fucking BFE.
Just bend me over and here. Let's see if we can get it all in one shot.
Stick it to him, stick well.
Get a 2-liter up my ass. Was it Amazon? Then I digress.
All right, you ready to kick
Is
this
it up
thing?
on Amazon?
Yeah, I just pre-ordered it. I just typed in
cool.
Guilty Gear XRD and it found all the different versions.
I want if XRD if it comes up.
Probably.
Oh, it's the first one. Ha!
Oh man. Hey, Dunbag. Oh.
Yes, the limited edition. What about the limited edition? That way I can play downstairs. Apparently, there's an Xrd messenger bag called the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Wait, I take it back. It's the Phoenix PB 10XRD, 18-inch by 18-inch pizza delivery bags, red.
God, you really can
Ordered-
get everything on Amazon.
Where now? There's 6 left.
Order now for your budding pizza business. You can only deliver 6 at a time.
6 at a time. You know what? That might not be a bad idea to have one of those bags in the house. Like if you order multiple pies, you just throw them in the bag and they stay warm.
See? How much is one bag?
$19. I think. Hold on. I gotta go back.
I mean, now I gotta get one too.
I take it back. They're 95.
Never mind.
That seems a bit much.
Shit. I'll just get a pillowcase, line it with some tin foil, and we'll be good.
Or you could do what all the rest of humanity does is throw it in the oven.
Yeah. It's almost like I have a machine to keep something warm for me.
Yeah, what is that thing called? I could is under the cooktop. What is it?
Yeah. No idea, man.
It's installed in the wall somewhere. I don't know.
I don't know. I
It's
just work here.
usually it's usually next to the fridge. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. Sorry, I just got done watching Clue.
Oh. All right, you ready to kick this thing?
Hold on. It's 361, right?
360.
Shit, did I fuck that up last week?
I don't know. I think you were right. Yeah, 359 was last week. I think you did it right last week.
Okay.
Whew.
360. So it's our expose on Xbox 360.
Yep. The secrets they don't want you to know.
Yeah, why is this being all cattywampus? Alright, I'm gonna exit you. I'm gonna exit you.
What is that noise? In
I
the
still need
background?
Skype open. Which noise?
I don't know. It's air conditioning, maybe?
Was it a quick couple? With a couple buzzes?
No, it's almost like there's a fan or air conditioning or an open window or something.
No, that's the computer.
Oh, nice. Oh, so that's what that sound has
Yeah.
been. Do you have your mic right next to your
Yeah.
computer?
No, it is
It's that loud.
4 feet away.
Wow.
I don't.
Okay.
This machine has always been this loud.
Weird. Just some weeks it comes
I
across
wonder-
the mic.
Maybe it's just got the right angle, and I have a monitor kind of trying to baffle it.
Yeah.
Let me try and put the side case on it. See
No,
if
it's okay. We can.
It's open air right now.
We'll just deal with it this week, and then we'll see how it happens next week. Knowing
I
technology
don't understand
on,
why this
on
thing's
this
running.
show is we'll make a small change and we'll not be able to record.
Well, it's okay.
Technology hates these shows.
I don't know. Could be worse.
Could be.
Could be.
You're a little delayed. Do you have something? Is it Dropbox again?
I wish. I probably should exit Dropbox. Let's just be. Settings. Exit Dropbox.
Bing.
What the fuck?
What is happening today?
Oh, sorry. Someone mentioned me on Facebook. I will turn the volume down on that. Okay. I did not get show notes.
I probably forgot to share them. Yep. Because I did them about an hour ago. I did them very quickly so that Meg and I could get back to playing Destiny.
Hanging out.
I'll hang out.
Destiny. Oh, that's nice to me.
Good times.
Young Frankenstein.
Alright, let's do this.
There it is.
Oh, it's so fucking hot. Oh.
It is. I wonder if something's just not seated right in this for it to run this like loud.
I don't know.
It's been that way for a while. I mean, I just don't understand. Because I purposely build the one with all the heat sinks on it, so there's like literally one fan,
Yeah.
like the CPU fan.
Weird.
Maybe I gotta get the giant Silent Night reactor on it again.
I just got a case with all the baffling in it, so it's quiet.
Yeah, I mean, that might be messing with it a little bit. The airflow is because I have the side open.
Yeah, maybe. That looks like you got show notes now.
Yep. I'm on it.
Get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Go on, get. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and over there's Knobs.
What's up?
The Hannah sounds like it's the season for kids' birthday parties, so he is otherwise engaged.
This season? Yeah, the September. This payback for January's oops.
Yeah, Christmas's mistakes.
New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's poor decisions. I happen to be one of them.
Waka
waka.
So, and also it is 104 degrees in California right now, so if you hear my fan that is blowing on me, I'm not really sorry. It's stopping me from combusting. But with that out of the way, Knobs, what have you been playing?
The normal.
This and that.
This stuff on the regs,
Yeah.
We had Monday night game night and a couple other Battlefield nights peppered throughout the week, and some severely questionable conversations. But
keep chat blue.
Oh, it is ridiculous, and we're still trying to figure out who the bad influence in the group is. There's this revolving argument between myself, Donnie, and Tomzy are our top three culprits.
Ooh, a sleeper.
He is a sleeper. I think he's the one that instigates a lot of this stuff, and Donnie and I just run with it. So we're the vocal ones, and he's the ideas man.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have a quiet guy. He drops a bomb every once in a while, but it's comedy gold, Jerry.
Oh, it is. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold. All that stuff on marketing management? Gold. Oh, deep Seinfeld references.
Good times.
Yeah, so we had some great times. I think it wasn't last night. I think it was Friday night. Like, we usually have a pretty regular crowd on Friday nights, where it kind of gets out of hand. But please, if you have an itch to play with us at all, send me a message or just hop in, because it doesn't matter. All people are welcome.
Yeah, and just hop right on in.
It might be shocking when you first get in, and then you realize, none of us are really serious about what we're talking about. We're all just trying to, one up each other or having a dumb laugh, and that's kind of is what it is. It's fun, and if you feel like you can chime in with something funny, you're more than welcome.
Oh yeah.
And just have where you're from, because Donnie's going to ask you.
Yep.
And he'll probably know someone in that area. So be
Guaranteed.
prepared to ask if you know this weird relative that you haven't talked to in years may have come across Mr. Sparks at some point.
Probably.
Anyway, Legend 33. That's already out there. Anyway, but pre-Monday night game night is I've been live streaming my rival challenges on Twitch.
Oh, nice.
For Power Star Golf. So now anytime I'm going after anyone's scores, I'm going to live stream it. And I failed miserably last night.
What's your name on Twitch? Got to plug that biz.
I think it's JNOB33.
There you go. All right, I want to make sure you get your plug in. My new album's dropping on the 18th, son. What?
Wooka. Oh, wait, no, I got to sign back in Twitch. Oh, you suck. Anyway, so I'm just looking at the trap. Anyway, but the only thing is I can't go to full screen when I'm streaming on PowerStar because it puts that live broadcasting right over the power meter.
Oh, nice. And yes, your name is JNOB33.
Cool. So you don't have to look too hard.
Yep.
I don't know, like, it's funny watching the viewers go up and down and fluctuate.
Yeah.
Like, at one point I had, like, 10 to 13 people watching. I'm in a party by myself, just yakking away. And just, I can only imagine when I was in a party with Nintendo and Scott, because they were watching me live stream as we were talking in a party. So I'm having this three-way conversation, and they're only getting my words to it.
Nice.
Which probably made me sound like a crazy person, but you know what? It was probably pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been kind of my thing. I'm pretty much going to stream Power Star Golf when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Just because it's goofy.
Might as well.
And to hear me lose my poops over missing short putts is, it is not PG, to say the least. Like, it is like the 13-year-old getting his video games ran over with a lawnmower meltdown.
Yeah.
It is. It is bad. It is bad. But yeah, so it's been a lot of that and a lot of Battlefield. I picked up Destiny on Tuesday, and I finally threw it in for the first time last night.
Nice. You should join our TVGP clan.
We have a clan?
Yep, just called E1M1. I'll shoot you a link here once we're in between segments.
Okay.
We have 18 members so far.
Neat.
Yeah.
Well, that game's opening had me laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
And okay, so when it opens up and they leave and they land on Mars and the three dudes are walking over there, why is one with an assault rifle? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does he have an M16? And I just started laughing. I was like, and I started going down that rabbit hole. I was like, yeah, dude, I wonder if Neil Armstrong was packing like a Tech 9 on or something. Like, he just heavy. Right under the big breathing apparatus.
Yeah. It's got his gat.
Like, what are you expecting to shoot on Mars? And so I'm just laughing to myself and like downstairs like last night. I don't get it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, I picked the Warlock race.
Yeah.
Because they got that cool robotic things, and I was playing with like all the different the customization color things is really cool.
Yeah.
You can make your dude look kind of crazy. Like, I picked like the big robotic face. He's got like I think he's got two like piercing green glowy eyes. And then the mouth glows a different color too.
Yeah.
So I made both those greens. I went black and green for it, and I got the ears, like the Beyblade ears, or whatever they're called.
I picked those for my EXO, I think they're called.
Yeah. They look really cool.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't expecting them to be so like the emotives, like in Saints Row, like the salute and all the other stuff, and the popping and locking dancing. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But I do find myself going and popping a squat somewhere, like I'm just gonna hang out and look.
I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. Enjoy the view.
Just kind of hang out.
Look at the stars.
So I do like the game really didn't hold your hand at all in that tutorial mission.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't tell you how to play a shooter. Just whatever was weird or different about that game, it just explained those little apparatuses and whatnot, and that was it.
Yeah, it's like, here's how to run, and here's how to throw a grenade, and here's how you melee. Good luck.
Right. And I think I'm only like level 3 or 4 right now. But I kind of found myself, I jumped into one of the random instance points after I cleared out the two I got story parts in Russia to get my warp drive to go to the moon.
Yeah.
I jumped in one of those, just kind of running around. I keep forgetting there are people everywhere in this game.
Yeah.
Like that, and just kind of run around, and when one dude jumps in that's a higher level, everything else bumps up. And the game goes really hard for me.
Oh, yeah. Did you make did you make your fire team public?
No.
Oh.
I don't. Maybe.
Interesting.
Is it public by default? Then
no,
yeah.
It's friends only.
Yeah, because I joined in and I started playing with Sean, Evil Genius, and we hopped into did the first couple missions or whatever. And we hopped into this one thing. I was just like, ooh, green flashy thing. I'm gonna hit it. And then all of a sudden more dudes spawn. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did a whole bunch of those, just kind of grinding out. Then I kind of turned and started wandering around. And then, like, I'm a level 4, and I started running into level 12 dudes that were just rolling me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Like, that grenade launcher on those heavies is no joke. Like, I was getting one-shotted left and right.
Yeah, they will blow you up.
Or there was one where we ran into a boss, and I'm like, where's the boss? And he blows through the wall and kills me instantly. I'm like, I'm down again.
Found him.
come get me. He's
You
over
guys
here.
later.
Or I'm downstairs poking around, and all of a sudden a wizard pops out. I'm like, where's the wizard at that just got announced? Because I really need to see the wizard.
Yeah, just floating above you, killing you.
Right. So apparently I killed him with a grenade.
Nice.
Like, so I was like, oh, there's the wizard. Oh, and he teleported across this way. I just like chucked my gravity grenade over there. And then all of a sudden he was dead. I was like, where'd the wizard go? Sean's like, you killed him. Like, what do you mean?
Got him,
I
dude.
didn't even. Like, all right, buddy. But yeah, I like the melee because it kind of has like a force push on him, on my dude.
It's really impactful. You know, like you feel like
Yeah.
you're punching a dude.
Oh yeah, like it's been kind of my thing. Like I'll like strafe right around the opposite side. Like I'll pop a couple around this corner, go around the container, and just go poof, and
Yeah.
there goes the dude just kind of tumbling along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played with one of the sniper rifles real quick. The charge guns are really cool. I just really haven't played it enough because I'm really not sure what's going on at all.
Yeah, Meg and I just wrapped up another session. I'm level 9, and I think she's about to hit level 9. And we just finished the moon, and we unlocked the next planet. We're having a lot of fun. Like, I know so many people online are really upset about a lot of stuff in this game. And I think a lot of those people really overhyped themselves. I think my main complaint is I really wish you could see clan stuff in the game. You can see like your fire team, which is your party, and then you can see your friends, and then you can see everybody who's on your server. And that's kind of it. I really wish you could see the people in your clan, so you could at least invite them, because not everybody on my friends list is in the E1M1 clan, which is fine. But it would just kind of be nice if I could see. You're like, here's the people in your group, your clan that's online right now.
Right.
And the strangest thing that I think is everybody really clamoring for proximity voice chat, which I think is just the worst idea.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people forget how horrible people are online. Like, imagine if you were just wandering around old Russia and this dude was just following you around close enough so you could hear him, and he's just like singing Madonna songs or like repeating the N-word for 2 hours. Like, that's not.
Yeah,
that's what will happen. It's not like, oh, hello, sir, would you like to join me in a mission over here in this other area? No, he's just going to be like, can I tell you about how the government is run by lizards? And you can't get that dude away from you. You know, like.
No, and he'll grieve you the entire time you're in that area.
Yep, and I've already run into so many people that when I get into an area where there's that one mission pretty early on in Old Russia where you have to go have your little ghost guy scan these two broadcasts that are in Russian, and you'll pop in that area and you'll just run into a dude who's just more than happy to shoot you in the face. It's not doing you any harm, like he can't hurt you, but it's just annoying. And it's like, imagine if this guy could talk to you. You know? I think...
Yeah. If he's willing to do that with a non-verbal communication, what do you think he's going to say?
Yeah, what kind of person is that? We're having a lot of fun. It's up to this point, we've done 2 planets, so that's 10 missions. And up to this point, I think we're having a lot of fun playing the game. We're having a lot of fun exploring. And I think the general repetition of the games, of what the game is trying to do, is wearing on us a little bit, because I like how it plays. I like the shooting. I like the movement. I like actually fighting enemies from moment to moment. But I get really sick of taking Peter Dinklage with you, and he now needs to scan a place. Oh, look, he needs to scan it for a while. Enemies are going to rush you. Protect Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, great, next mission. Take, as people are calling him, Dinklebot. Take him with you. Have him scan a place. Hey, the mission's over. Sorry, I ruined Destiny for anybody.
He's so small though.
Yeah. I actually, so many people, I don't know why they hate his voice in this game. I really like his delivery, like his really kind of deadpan sarcastic delivery. Like there was a mission we just finished where he said, "Oh, well, all right, well clearly we have to go do this and this other thing." I'm not going to spoil it, but he's like, "Oh, and there's this other worse thing there." And he goes, "Great." I was just like,
Yeah.
"All right, I like it." Like I don't, with a game like Destiny that's so huge from a team that people love so much, and it's been hyped for, what is it, 2 years now? Just
2 years, yeah.
uncontrollable hype train. And when people get it, they're like, "Oh, it's just a game." It's like, well, yeah, but I'm kind of having fun with it. I'm a hunter, my fiance is a warlock, and we're just kind of finishing missions. Like, and since we haven't been paying attention to the game, like everything that happens is just this discovery where we're like, ooh, like we just fought this huge, giant, monstrous boss. And he came out and just like, holy crap, oh my god, he's like 10 times the size of us. Awesome.
That's the thing that I've really enjoyed so far. I mean, the feel of the guns, I was happy they feel like tactile.
Yeah, the real
Like
snappy.
I was really expecting them to feel kind of plasticky and not really have much weight, or just the way they shot.
Yeah.
Like the gunplay is really good so far. The sense of scale was even better. Like
Yeah.
it has done a fantastic job of scale, which they did in the Halo games. It's one of the things
sure,
they did
yeah.
right.
Yeah. I think the thing that I'm really happy with so far is, the Earth map that you have, Old Russia, looks very distinctive, and it looks,
Yeah.
the art quality in that environment is incredible. Like you can go into a back alley that you're not supposed to go into, and it will be fully modeled, and there'll be some crazy sign in Russian just hanging there half rusted. And then when you go to the moon, it looks entirely different, but it has its own kind of art style, its own art theme. It kind of keeps it fresh.
And that's kind of what I think Borderlands did to an extreme, is that they made the areas so varied from each other, especially
Yeah.
Borderlands 2,
Yeah.
that it actually made you feel like you were actually traveling somewhere different.
Yeah, traveling a whole planet.
And that's where I think this game has been shining so far, is their actual environments are sharp and distinctive.
Yep.
And it's surprised me so far, and I'm really looking forward to getting into, like, I'm just playing it to play it right now.
Yeah.
And waiting for the stuff to start making sense to where I can start to learn to exploit it a little bit. But
Yeah.
right now I'm just kind of drinking it in, just trying to learn the mechanics, and I'm not even messing around with the loot houses or anything yet, because there's really nothing there that can help me, because everything's way over leveled than what I am.
Yeah, so most of that stuff is at the level cap anyway, and looking around online, most of the stuff you don't unlock until like level 18. Like you can't get Vanguard coins or whatever they are. So like at that point it's just like, that's what Meg and I are doing. Like let's just enjoy it. When a new story mission comes up, we'll play it. If we want to do this, we'll do that. Like we're not going to worry about like, oh, I've got to farm spin metal while I'm here. It's just like, oh, we're going to explore
I need to get 50 hinges. Like,
yeah, we're going to look for golden chests in cool hidden places, but that's about it. So now that you've actually played it, we've been talking about it a lot at work, because I think a lot of people are really frustrated that, Earth only has one map. It's just Old Russia, and you're going in different areas every time you have a story mission. And how do you feel about the comparison that I have been hoisting so far of it being PSO?
oh, about Phantasy Star Online?
Yeah.
It has that feel to it.
Yeah, because it's very much like, oh, go back to the tower, get your missions, turn some stuff in, like go buy some weapons, and like roll on these random weapons, and then you're going to go back to the same map you went before, but you're going to go to a different area.
That I haven't had any problems with that at all.
Yeah.
If the area was boring, I might have a problem with it, but having them so varied from each other from mission to mission,
Yeah.
it's just enough of a twist on what you've already done to make it seem like you're doing something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Like I think they did.
I think so many
I think
people
they.
are so negative about it, but I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with it. I'm just running around shooting dregs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love headshotting those things too.
Yeah. Oh man, headshots are so satisfying in this game.
The sniper rifle is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's nice not to sit there and wait and just hold your breath, then shoot type of sniping, which has its own rewards to it. But this, I just want to pull up, scope, boom, done.
As soon as you line it up, just blat.
Yep. You don't have to wait for them to settle in or get to a new spot to stop, and like it's literally lead go.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having a ton of fun with it. I like as soon as we're done with this, we're gonna play it for probably the rest of the day.
Yeah, I might have to mow the lawn before I jump back on, but
yeah,
homeowner stuff.
Yeah.
But I've been like I didn't let myself jump on the hype train as hard as I probably would have if I followed it or if I was a super Bungie fan.
Yeah.
But it has been surprising so far to me.
Yeah.
That the play mechanics work and the areas feel varied enough that it remains interesting.
Yeah.
And granted, I only have maybe 2.5 hours into it. Like Halo kind of wore on me within 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think when you and I tried to enjoy Halo, I think we didn't make it very far before we realized that not only was it not really clicking with us, but it was kind of actively rubbing against us. It's like I don't want to do this. But Meg and I have been playing for we're level 9, so we've probably been playing for only about 5 hours. That's all we've had time to do so far, and still fun. I mean,
yeah,
still a great ride.
All right, yeah. That's pretty where I am right now, and I do like that there's all the different skill trees and stuff to explore yet. Yeah. So I'm hopefully when that stuff grabs me, then this game's going to get a lot of attention from me.
The thing that has really grabbed me more than the character skill trees is the ones you have on weapons and armor. Those are the ones I really like, where it's like, oh man, now I have a sniper rifle, but I can get a longer range scope that has more stability, or I have a shorter range scope which gives me faster reload and faster snapping down the sight. And it's sort of like, which one do I want? Yeah, that stuff is really, really good. And there's one that I just picked up a green one, that one of the skills on it is when you kill an enemy, your next couple shots do more damage. And I'm just like, oh man, just everything, just headshotting right down the line.
Just roll with it.
And that's where I feel like this game has that really positive RPG experience, because like I like the idea of taking a weapon that I found and leveling that weapon up as well with the experience you're getting and kind of making it your own.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot the way that you can make your character look, and the ability to continually play with the look of your character makes everyone look pretty unique.
Yeah. And
that's one thing that I was really surprised with.
Yeah.
It was when I was running around the tower, like I got a really heavy Mass Effect feel to it.
Yeah.
Like it really felt like the Citadel to me.
Yeah, it's that
just
weird
running around,
architecture.
look, there's all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like, this seems familiar, and okay, I'm in third person. All right, fine.
Yeah.
I just want to hear the Mass Effect music playing. It bing, bing.
Yeah.
Like in the back of my head, like just.
Oh man.
But no, like so far, it has been a pleasant surprise so far. So I'm hoping it continues with that as I progress through it.
Yeah. Anything else on your list this week?
No, that's pretty much it. It's been a light week.
I haven't had much time to play anything this week. Work's been crazy. I played a little bit more of The Sims 4, but since it's hot, I'm not spending any time in front of a computer at all. And I spent a little bit more time with Diablo 3 on the PS4, basically just kind of grinding out the last 2 trophies I need. I've got 200 of 500 bounties going on, and I've got one more character almost up to 70, so after that I'll have 4 more characters to go. And it's just, once you get past that first one, you can feed stat boosting gems to your lower level characters. So you can have, you might have a character that starts out with, let's say 5 strength. And then you find a weapon that has a socket in it, or in my case, you make one, and then put a gem in there, like one of the higher level gems that increases their strength by like 75. So at that point, you were just mowing down dudes on like the second to hardest difficulty, and you're leveling up incredibly fast. So it's kind of fun to break that game once you've put the time into your first character, because all your money carries over too. So you're like a level 1 character that's got 2 million gold.
It's like Christmas.
It is. Ooh, it's like Christmas. But that's all I've been playing. So let's take a break.
Oh. Hey. Yeah, I just farted in your face.
Take that. Revenge. Oh, let me send you the clan here in Skype chat.
4859.
Have you redeemed any of the like emblem codes or anything?
No.
Let me send you the list of that stuff. Someone on somebody on Reddit has gotten all, I think, 29 codes together.
All of them?
Yeah, here it is. Send that over to you too. Oop. I'll put this link in chat too, in case anyone hasn't had it. It's a lot of stuff that came in like the collector's edition and stuff. Yeah, other Jay-Z, they none of them are individually redeemable. I think there were some that were handed out at some point, but I think they kind of actually meant to do that because there's a bunch of stuff in the collector's edition that people are like decrypting some puzzles and codes and stuff. So I think they expected, like day one the game came out, there were 25 codes. So like they handed out these trading cards at PAX that had codes on the back of them. Like I think they meant to do this, which is great for me because some of the emblems look super cool. Oh man, so gross.
All right. Sorry, it was a message from one of my my pretty much lifelong neighbor over here on the one side. They're moving out because the house is too big for them.
All right, I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Alrighty. Keyboard. Okay. Yeah, you ready?
Ready.
All right, ready. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for the week of September 15th, 2014. Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut for the PC.
Musum talked about this a bunch on this last episode of Pup, but basically it's Shadowrun plus the DLC, plus the expansion, plus a bunch of other stuff, all wrapped up in one kind of full package. So if you haven't played Shadowrun before and you wanted to, I think this is
everything.
Yeah, like this is a really good point to grab it, because I'm not sure they're gonna make too much more content for this. It seems like they made this complete package and they're kind of working on the next thing.
Alrighty. And Wasteland 2 for the PC.
A sequel to a game that came out 35 years ago?
Yeah,
However
it's been
long
a
that
while.
was on a CGA graphics. That looks super good. I think I backed that, so I might be getting a copy. I don't remember. If not, I'll probably pick that up because it seems like a super classic, incredibly difficult old style game. So we'll see. All right, let's move on to news stories. First news story here: GTA 5, the current gen copy, is coming out on November 18th for PS4 and Xbox One, and coming out on January 27th, 2015 for the personal computer. They're saying that you get $1 million in-game bonus cash if you pre-order. There's a bunch of new vehicles, and GTA Online will have an increased player count of up to 30 people. So
Oh, that sounds like madness.
that sounds like chaos. I am super excited for this. I'm glad it's. I'm sort of disappointed that they're deciding to release it 3 days before I get married. But I'm very excited to totally dive into this thing. I'm really hoping. I haven't watched any of the new footage, but I'm really hoping the frame rate is stabilized because that's the only thing that really gave me a headache on the 360 version. And I would really like to.
Yeah.
I'd really like to play this.
I think you'll really like it.
Yeah, I really like.
I really do.
What I
that game really caught me by surprise.
I finished 2 heists,
really did.
so I was a pretty good amount of the way through the game. So, yipes.
Yeah, I just really liked. I really loved the characters.
Yeah.
What's going on with the cat?
No, this headset is attacking me.
Oh,
For any of you listening at home who's wondering why does this episode sound weird, it's Skype. Skype just likes to randomly delay us. Technology.
yeah, we're all over the place.
Yeah. Other news story we have this week because it's been really quiet. I feel like I want us to talk about more business news stories on this show because I've been complaining a lot about gamers don't know about business. Here's an interesting business news story. Gunpoint developer Tom Francis took to Twitter to say, quote, "I know it can feel like everyone has it by now, so here's an interesting stat. To the nearest percent, 0% of Steam owners own Gunpoint. That's how big Steam is. You can live in the 0%. So if anyone has wondered how huge Steam is, this massively popular, huge game is owned by 0% of Steam users.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So this platform that started out with, I needed to play Half-Life 2. Oh, it's the worst. Is now.
It seems like it was so long ago.
Yeah, how long was that? Half-Life 2 came out in late 90s, early 2000s?
No, it was mid 2000, early 2000s, like 2003, I think.
Yeah. I'll look it up here. But like that's this platform. It has gotten so astronomically huge. 2004. So in 10 years, you can have a massive game that's played by less than 0% of people that using the service.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the 1%, 0%, not 1%, 0.
Yeah, and this game has been so popular that this guy has been able to stop his job of writing about video games and make video games for a living now. That's crazy. So also good for that dude.
Yeah, real good for that dude.
All right, let's move on to tweets. In probably our shortest episode in the latest. All right, the other GZ writes in and says, I was in LA last weekend and drove down the hill by Capitol Records. GTA got it dead on. What other cityscapes have you seen games nail? I think recently Watch Dogs did Chicago really well. Of course, it's, like GTA, it's this sort of abbreviated version. Stuff is next to each other that shouldn't be, but I feel like they got the feeling of downtown Chicago right.
Yeah, think GTA 4 got whatchamacallit, New York pretty close.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, running around downtown really felt like, wow,
Yeah.
those buildings are tall.
Yeah. You're in Manhattan.
Um, Probably Red Dead Redemption too for the desert scapes.
Yeah. When I was driving across the country, we got to that point where it's sort of like, yeah, this is still nothing for miles. You can see the curvature of the earth and scrub brush. That's about it.
Oh, Vice City is a good one for Miami.
Mm,
Like just the weird the pastel palette over that whole city.
yeah. Man, if GTA games do anything great, after 3, they are a really
Cities.
yeah, they're a really good mirror of what's important about a city.
Let's say they excel in world building.
Yes.
Oh, even LA Noir. Oh my gosh, like that felt
Yeah.
real.
I'm trying to think. Not a lot of other games really exist that completely in a real space.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Some of the stuff I wish was real. Like I would love to see those locations from like the Castlevania games in real life.
Yeah, like take a tour of Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Dracula's Castle been awesome.
Yeah. All right. Next tweet is from Video Game Generations. And normally I don't do plugs on the show, but he says, please mention videogamegenerations.com. I'm a TVGP listener who recently started a podcast with my 9-year-old daughter. And they have a whole bunch of episodes up there. I think they're up to 10 episodes where they're talking about, a whole bunch of older games, a bunch of newer games that he and his daughter are playing together. So that's a super cool idea for a show. So
That
good on you.
that sounds adorable.
Yeah, so videogamegenerations.com. And I think that's it for tweets. Most of these people, listeners, wrote in emails. It's so hot. Oh my god, guys. All right, Merlin, aka Smog Rocker, aka Merlin McFly, writes in, "Hey, fellas. Hey.
What's up?
A couple episodes back, Boston mentioned he liked PS Plus because it lets him play games in genres he'd otherwise not choose himself. I completely agree, and additionally, my friends and I play the same games more often. That's actually a really good side effect that I didn't think of. With a multitude of games released every week, it's not always a given we play the same titles. Now with the free games, it happens way more often again. We played Resogun in co-op, talked about being way too scared to play Outlast for more than 15 minutes, and now we compare scores in Velocity 2X. In this regard, it almost feels like like popular TV channels that give you cool and varied shows that you can enjoy and discuss with friends. In this case, they just curate the game stores for you. Keep up the fantastic work. That's really interesting because you can... I think that's something that I think appealed to us for Xbox Live Arcade, where we could say, like, this game came out, it's super cool, everybody go buy it. But now you can say, this game came out and it's the coolest, and you already have it, you just have to go download it.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah. So I think that's really interesting, especially with leaderboards and everything like that. Like, you have a built-in fan base already because everybody's going to download it and try it, probably. Like, I downloaded Velocity 2X, even though people were saying, like, this is one of the best games that you could play on the PS3 and the Vita. And now it's on PS4, everybody go get it, yay! So I think that's a really interesting and good side effect for PS Plus. So, good on Sony.
They were bound to get it right sooner or later on the online side.
Yeah, after the PS3.
They're bound to.
Urgent X Fury writes in, "Hey TVG peers, have you seen the roster for Super Smash Brothers? I have. I haven't been keeping real close eye on it because I don't really care about Smash Brothers until it's out. And then if I have friends over, we'll probably knock that thing out. But other than that, I'm not the dude that's playing single player Smash Brothers. That's not my bag."
Not practicing?
No, yeah, I gotta get my
I, I got to get my ring outs up.
yeah, I gotta get my no items Fox McCloud going on. He says, I feel like Nintendo is running out of ideas. I don't understand the draw for Super Smash Bros. Am I too old to understand it? With the lack of Wii U software coming out and Nintendo keeps releasing new 3DSs. Look, I love Nintendo just as much as the next kid during the NES, Super NES, and to a certain point N64 days. I just think Nintendo is an out-of-touch company. Just listen to the consumers. Make a new Metro game and I will buy your silly console. I feel like we were watching a sinking ship go down. Think of Radio Shack. I look forward to your opinions. Thank you guys for the next podcast. So I think
If Radio Shack had Metroid, I would shop there.
probably. I think this is kind of the prevailing attitude, and I'm going to be honest with you. We're not the market for Nintendo. Like, that's why they're coming out with Amiibo, because Skylanders and Disney Infinity is huge, because that's what kids want to play with. And I think when you look at Smash Brothers, it's very much servicing the existing Smash Brothers fan base, but it's also, hey, here's a game with 50 Nintendo characters. You can make them fight each other. Yay! Like, here's a new Mario game. Yay! These aren't really games. These aren't games for us. This isn't a platform really for us. And I think I understand the desire to revisit the Nintendo that we loved in our childhood, but that Nintendo is for kids now.
Yeah.
Not really for us. And that's okay.
Well, I mean, I think they got off that bandwagon years ago of trying to innovate in the gaming scape. Like, they did that with, I think the N64 was the last one they really were pushing, like, new styles, like Star Fox 64 was, like, mind-bending. Mario 64 was mind-bending.
Yeah. I mean, even look at
but when
Pikmin. I think that came out on GameCube. I think that was probably one of their last games where it's sort of like, oh, okay, something new from Nintendo. Cool.
Yeah, like ever since then, it's just been pushing. After the success of the Wii, they figured, got them. We're just going to do whatever we think is safe, and we don't have to take a risk like that anymore.
Yeah, and I think now with the Wii U, not failing, but certainly not living up to... It couldn't live up to the expectations of the Wii. There's no way. But I think it hasn't lived up to expectations on Nintendo's side, and certainly their stakeholders are pretty upset. And I think what you'll see now is a Nintendo that is a little bit more hungry. Like, we've talked about what Miyamoto has been saying for the last couple of weeks. How he's been unhappy, how he's been openly complaining about Nintendo not innovating. And I think you'll see a hungrier Nintendo now. And I think you'll see a company that can afford to take more chances and can make games that they're interested in.
Well, they're the product of their own success. I don't think they realize what a misnomer or what they produced in the original Wii, that was a one-off. Like, you get away with that once.
Yeah,
and that's not the status quo. And to think that the shareholders believe that everything Nintendo's going to do is going to be a Wii-style success is ridiculous. It took the DS 5 years to start selling.
Well, it's really interesting.
And that was on the verge of its software.
It's really interesting too, because if you look at the history of Nintendo, like the Game Boy did not really do that well until Pokemon came out. And I'm trying to look up because Pokemon came out so astronomically late in the life cycle. It came out in 1998. The year before the Dreamcast came out, Pokemon came out in the US and sold millions of Game Boys. Sure, it was doing really well before then, but it's the same thing. Like, the NES, the Game Boy, and the Super NES did really well. The Virtual Boy, the N64, and the GameCube did not. Game Boy Advance did okay. The Wii U did incredibly well, and the DS did really well, but the 3DS hasn't, certainly the 2DS, and the Wii U isn't. They have these cycles where they have a gang of really positive, like, the home console is doing really well and the handheld is doing really well kind of at the same time. And then the next generation they both kind of don't hit, or they're giant jokes like the Virtual Boy.
Yeah. Like that was the Virtual Boy. Man, I still remember playing that thing at Blockbuster. It just my head hurting.
Oh, the other
Like
Jay
even
Z
after just playing it
in chat asked, Tetris didn't sell any Game Boys? No, the Game Boys sold Tetris. That came packed into that console for, I think, the majority of its life until Pokemon came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Game Boy is a really weird platform. There's Jeremy Parrish wrote a really, really interesting, very, very long history of the Game Boy. And the secret of the Game Boy was it used really cheap parts. It used basically watch parts, but just a really big screen. And the battery life was great. Like, if you compare the battery life of the Game Boy was, I think, if I remember correctly, about 8 hours, 9 hours. And then if you look at the Game Gear...
It's a road trip.
Yeah, it is a road trip. Or if it's a long enough day. And if you look at the Game Gear, that's 2 hours, if you're lucky. And that thing's burning through 4 AA batteries, I think it was?
No, 8.
8 AA batteries for
batteries.
2 hours.
Well, could you imagine if the Game Boy had a lithium-ion battery right now? That thing would last weeks.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get away with putting an e-ink screen in that thing, and that thing would just last for months.
Yep.
The other Jay-Z said cheap, indestructible parts. That was really the ticket to Nintendo early on. Is the NES and the Game Boy were nearly indestructible. Same with those cartridges. Those things would work through anything. And I think that was always Nintendo's secret.
Well, it was and that's where it worked. And what were your kids playing with? They're playing with their NES and Game Boys.
Yep.
And you couldn't break them, and that was the thing people liked. And that was one of the, I think, big risks that I thought that was one of the reasons why Nintendo didn't go with the disc, is because of the wear of the actual disc itself, with scratches and mishandling and
it just shattering.
Knowing their market, and knowing it was going to mishandle these things.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Well, and also from a business perspective, if Nintendo is the one who's making the cartridges, they get the lion's share of the profits from the game, because you can only go through one warehouse for your cartridges. Oh, look, Nintendo owns it.
Vertical integration.
Boom.
That was their business model.
Yep. All right, next email here is from Dave, aka RoboPig. He says, "Hey guys, are we going to need to name this generation of gaming the Jaded Age? I'm really enjoying Destiny, so I'm confused by all the gamers hating on it or saying it's meh. Are all of the AAA titles going to be met with this sort of ambivalence? Is the over-marketing of AAA titles to blame? Are indie games going to be the only games that are met with joy and praise now?" Well, unfortunately, so that's a lot of really great questions, but the indie games thing, most of the time, indie games are met with this disdain and this open hatred for, like, oh, it's another pixel art platform. Ugh. It's like, well,
yeah,
but it's also really great. So, you kind of get hurt on both ends, where it's like, oh, it's a AAA game. Oh, great, I'm going to run out and spend $60, you guys. Or it's like, oh, it's a $10 platforming game. Oh, yeah, great. Oh, the last one was so great. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Destiny is really interesting. I was thinking about that in the car this morning when we were driving to breakfast, is that I think there's a case to be made for Destiny to say maybe it's a little light on content. And I think there's an argument that can be made to say that if you take the critical path through the game, it is a little bit light on story missions. Certainly won't spoil on how many there are or anything like that, since it literally just came out. I think when you look at a company like Bungie and you look at a company like Activision, they're not just going to make Destiny and be like, all right, great, there's that first game. See you guys later. We're going to work on something else. This is going to be another franchise. So you work on getting the technology done. This is an online game with server-side storage, so that has to be pretty robust. So I think when you look at a game like Destiny, you're kind of laying the groundwork. Destiny 2 will be great. Destiny 3 will be even better. Like Bungie does, they're going to keep coming out with bigger and bigger and bigger games that are steeped in this crazy lore. And I think he asks, is over marketing of titles to blame? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think this one was marketed that heavily. Definitely not on TV.
Yeah, and they had that live action trailer they just came out with, which I saw on TV like once.
Yeah.
I think probably one of the best benefits and biggest problems with the internet right now is, when you look at Destiny, and you even look at a game like Massive Chalice from Double Fine, they're doing like weekly streams and they're tweeting all the time and they're posting art and they're community managers doing podcasts, and like there's all this info coming out about the game and the lore and the maps, and I have this video where we did a 3D walk around of this multiplayer map. There's just so much stuff. It's not like when we were young where it's like, okay, here's a 5-page spread in a magazine and there's one really big screenshot and there's 7 really tiny ones and they're talking about it.
You're lucky if you had a 2-page spread on any one particular game.
Yeah.
Even like the mega blockbusters got, like you said, like 5 pages and maybe one splash page where you can actually see what it is.
Yeah.
I think that's an overabundance of accessibility to this information that we never had access to before. And it's kind of you're peeking behind the curtain every time you look at it.
Well, and I feel like there can be so much gained by peeking behind the curtain and seeing how hard it is to make games, and how long and hard Bungie made to make this game, which people are like, oh, well, there's not enough content. And it's like, well, there's a lot of stuff in that game. And I think on the flip side, when there's such a ready line of communication to the devs, I think there's a really startling level of entitlement. Like if you look at the Diablo 3 forums on Blizzard, if you look at the Destiny forums, it's just people being like, listen to me, I have the great ideas for Destiny, you need to do this thing, the devs haven't responded to me, how dare, I spent my $60. And it's like, yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Activision spent $500 million. So,
yeah,
in a business sense, this is a bitter pill for some people to swallow. You spent your $60. Thank you very much. Our stakeholders and shareholders are going to say, all right, well, what are you guys doing for Destiny 2 now? Like, what's your DLC platform? What's your season pass program? Like, what's
how do we expand on your original concept? It's not like, well, user 832X23J is saying about your game.
He's saying, put in proximity chat, jerks. I think it's really a bitter pill for a lot of people to swallow from a business standpoint. That's not to say Bungie doesn't love their fans. Clearly they do. They're one of the best, they have some of the best fan outreach. They really love their fans. But at the end of the day, they still kind of want to keep working and make Destiny 2 and 3 and 10. So...
Well, that's where that's where I think I would fail as if I did game reviews at all, because I understand the work it put to put anything out there. The worst game that you've ever played, someone worked their A's off to get there and get it to market, and that sheer effort. Involves especially a game like this where it's not like 5 dudes in a basement. It is thousands of people made this creative, interactive art for you to play around with.
To put it in perspective, somebody crunched on that Barbie game for Game Boy Advance that you bought your daughter.
Yeah.
They had a rough development cycle. They had a deadline. And it's not just like, you better get Halo out before the holiday season. Like, everybody, making games is hard. That's why not everybody does it.
And that's why I feel the same way about all media that I've consumed as of lately. As I've swung the other way, where it was when I was younger, I was so jaded and I would vitriolly hate things, and now I kind of like it all.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, somebody did, like you can look at a lot of games and be like, oh man, the music in that was really great, or like, man, that art was great, or the controls in this one section were pretty good, but the rest of it was not great. And I feel like younger us would have been like, ugh, this is the worst. It's like, well,
Yeah, yeah,
not really.
yeah. We've played through worse and we've experienced worse, and it's not just the product on the shelves. It's the army of people that produced it that I have such a hard time hating something anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like sometimes, like, all right, like, yeah, I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. It's not that it's bad. It's now been my go-to if I don't really like playing a game.
Yeah. But that's all the tweets and emails we have this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in. We would talk a lot more, but it's so hot in this room. I really have to go. You can
Zebby. Sorry.
Puppies.
Just popped his face.
You can visit us at tvgp.tv, email us tvgpfans@gmail.com, tweet us at tvgp, and everything else on the right hand.
All right, and please don't forget to join the forums. Mark yourself on the map. I believe we've settled on a date for the 2014 meetup.
Oh.
That should be, I think, sometime in October. I want to say 18th, but it could be the 19th.
Let's say middle of October.
Not really. Yeah, mid-oct is what we're looking for. The mark yourselves on the map. Join us for Monday Night Game Night. That is 10 p.m. EST for Battlefield 4 on the XBO. Thursday night game nights on Steam. There's a Wednesday night game night. Visit the forums for all the details. Community Game Club this week, or this month, is Saints Row the Third. You should be playing it and loving it. Zemos needs you.
Yeah, you should. If there's any game you should be playing, I think you don't need to play Saints Row 1 and 2. Those don't really... No. The main character didn't even speak in them. You should play Saints Row the Third. It's genuinely really good.
Just hop in, have some fun, because that is all that game is about.
Yep.
It's ridiculous, over the top, in the best ways you can imagine. If you love video games, I cannot see how you don't love this game.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can watch us live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. The schedule's on the right-hand side of the page. And join the Destiny clan. It's just E1M1. Search for us. One of us will approve you. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
All right.
That is a large post. Did you see that?
Yeah, Moonpier has got some titles here. So is the other Jay-Z.
Moonpier and Jay-Z. Jay-Z, I had to scroll twice.
If you're watching on the live stream, you'll be able to see this. Let's so the two I have so far is Neil Armstrong is packing, which I really like, and Dinklebot, which I like less.
Dinklebot just sounds dirty. It's like, man, I got a wicked Dinklebot hang.
Yeah, I went down to TJ. I got Dinklebot. It's real bad. I gotta go see a doctor.
It's gonna be our new meme, Dinklebot.
Where's the wizard at? I'm just gonna. So if anyone wants to see the full list of titles here, just watch the live stream. Where's the wizard at? Imagine you're wandering around old Russia, protecting Peter Dinklage, actively rubbing against us. Gamers don't know about business. The 0%ers. Grand Theft Transylvania. Samus's Radio Shack.
I want to see that store now. Here's your mind, and every door you open, bah, 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 bah.
Giant jokes like the Virtual Boy, vertical integration. Yeah. I actually like Neil Armstrong is packing. I think that's a really good title.
The Game Boy sold Tetris.
Yeah.
That's so matter of fact.
I'll write that down too.
Let's be clear. The Game Boy sold Tetris.
Certainly did. All right, which one do you want? Neil Armstrong's packing, or the Game Boy?
Neil Armstrong's packing.
Yeah, that's a really good a good mental image.
just because I just see Neil Armstrong here's got the flag in and he's packing a Glock.
Just shooting in the air, just blat blat blat.
We've landed on the moon. Poop poop poop.
Neil Armstrong was here. What?
Make it rain.
You know where Neil Armstrong's at? The moon.
The moon. What's happened? I just killed the Earth. I popped a couple caps at it.
What do you know about Neil Armstrong? Keep my name out your mouth.
Shh! Shut your mouth.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 360 for September. That's 2 more months. Not November.
Oh man, is it too? I can't believe it's September already.
I can't believe I'm gonna get married in 2 months. That's crazy. Yeah.
Be Anna, man.
All right, take 2. 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 360 for September 16th, 2014. Neil Armstrong is packing.
And one for my homies. I'm glad I could still make you laugh.
Good times. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you all for your metric ton of titles. See you next week. Bye.